Hello and welcome back. We are here with the next Overwatch game.
Yes,
it
sir.
Is Tiffin University, slight bias on our end,
Slight bias.
versus Valpo.
Yeah, and I'm really excited again. We have a little bit of a slight bias, being two Tiffin alumni, but we are looking for a very good match today.
Yeah, regardless of where we are from, I'm always down to watch some good Overwatch.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the bans, because these bans are kind of interesting. You see a generalist cat ban out of the side of Valpo. No one likes the cat. No one likes cat. It's
very
too
truthful ban right there.
It's both to protect another support ban, because you can't, as we said earlier, you can't ban a support if another one is banned. But also, it's just so much setup. You have cat Deadeye, cat go to high ground with a very immobile tank. It's very versatile. But what did Tiffin ban?
I believe they banned the lovely Vendetta.
Yes, the person that is very feast or famine, but when she's feasting, oh boy, can she rule a lobby.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen her with the newest nerfs.
I have not either. I have not had the opportunity to play as it literally came out, if I'm not mistaken, this past Thursday, was it? Thursday or Wednesday?
Tuesday or I thought it was Tuesday.
I don't quite remember.
I think they do patches on Tuesday.
I don't remember, but we haven't had the chance to play on it. So she could be shaken up. It could be very underpowered compared to last time.
Could be the exact same. We don't know.
Could be. You never know. I mean, we've seen nerfs in the past that we're trying to target a character that we can probably think of, that we all love seeing 24/7. The named Kiriko.
No. How do you feel about this Ilios? Now, I told another Tiffin Smash player earlier, my favorite starting map is Lijiang Tower. But
I mean, they started that
Ilios
last time.
Getting thrown in there, also not a bad pick.
No, very linear at times. You have Ruins, that's very linear. You have Lighthouse, which is a little bit more high ground with the two adjacent sides. And then you have the good old Ilios Well, where you might see some Roadhog.
Yeah, definitely
won't
see him. But
definitely won't see Roadhog, because we all love seeing Roadhog.
We all can hope for
You say
Roadhog.
hope, I hope we don't.
I hope Raven sees the Roadhog.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, as we head in, we are assembling the heroes. We're about to see at least the constructs of the comps that both teams want to run.
Interesting from both sides. Not too typical from, kind of for us.
Yeah,
for Tiffin, sorry.
It's no shocker. You have like both the speed boost from the Juno, the Tiffin. You have the Lucio of Valpo. You have the very strong Emre coming out from Valpo, and you have Cassidy on the side of Tiffin, so it's very similar styles. The biggest difference is the Hazard to the Zarya. Hazard very mobile, you have the slash, the wall climb, but you have the pure damage potential and enableability of the Zarya.
Yeah, we'll see how each team plays. It's, like you said, it's definitely the mobile versus that just raw output of Zarya, especially on high charge.
You do see an early bubble come on the side from Spoopy Goopy, but not much charge, but there it is. You see the enableability of letting somebody back up, but if Alpha immediately seeing Zarya used bubble, used another one, go on her, she's dead. That's the weakness of that Zarya. Get those bubbles out. She is very flat foot, very easy to run down.
Yeah, great execution from Valpo. Like you said, recognizing when just the one, I wouldn't even call it a mistake. It's just how you play Zarya. You bubble yourself, but
yeah,
it doesn't leave you out in the open.
The early bubble may have been a little ambitious because like you're expecting, oh, someone's going to shoot me, but in very coordinated play, you're not really going to get too much value. It's the same thing when Doomfist uses his block so early, and you see it immediately swap to the Orisa, being more of that front line, being the person that you have to go through me to get to my back line.
Probably the direct counter pick to that Hazard.
It's more of a counter, yeah.
It's more how they want to play.
Yeah, but Orisa pretty weak into the Emre, but you see Crater. It's craterable.
It's always craterable.
Yeah, it's always craterable. Very, very good player. You see, again, picks back and forth, and I think Tiffin might be able to scrap it out. It's very scrappy. People are in low health on both sides.
Yeah, both supports down on Tiffin though, which is going to cost them a lot, especially because Valpo has both their supports still up. And
yeah, but luckily you saw Tiffin at least cap the point, so that 12% is not added to the side of Valpo. But this is where it comes to the importance of the ult fights. You're about to see a Kasune rush, and Valpo has the first rush. So if they recognize that and go first and go fast, this might be like final fight territory already.
yeah, they can definitely take an early battle here, or the random Junkrat spam.
We love Junkrat.
Love to see.
Yeah, and there's that rush coming outside, just trying to blow up Spoopy Goopy. Does, and that does put the tank out of action, and the Emerald, which I believe is the Override Protocol, I think it is?
Yes. They got some great names.
Yeah,
in this
Override
game.
Protocol, Kasune Rush, and then the simpler Dragon Blades, or simpler. You see the new characters have to have these flashy new ultimate names. Oh, the flank. Ooh, the instantly kill. That's a good play out of the Hazard. Going first, making it last fight, not letting Tiffin even walk up, and I don't think they'll have a touch. Or maybe the Orisa. No.
Not gonna find a touch here.
No, I mean, really good play out of Valpo. Like, knowing that their comp wants to go early and can go early with the Genji, the Hazard, Lucio Kiri, having that ability to go that fast and that aggressive, to not let Tiffin walk up, because they only have a Juno speed ring, but once that's out, you're kind of flat-footed against that Lucio. Lucio is more consistent with that speed and that mobility to get your team to taxi them to everywhere.
Yeah, both Lucio and Juno providing that speed, but like you said, once the ring's out, you're down to no speed.
Yeah,
and
if you're floating on Juno against a good Emre, they're gonna pick you out of the sky. Emre, even he got nerfed, is so good right now.
He's very strong base kit.
Yeah, just the burst rifle being hit scan. You have the grenade for good poke. He's just an all-around good character. Like, the big thing about him being that siphon blaster that he has, that life steals. They nerfed that, but again, it's just such a good character.
Probably going to get another nerf in the future if I had to take a bet on
Probably
that
a nerf on the recoil or the burst, like recovery. Ooh.
Crater finding the opening pick here.
Yeah, it looked like that Lucio was just kind of wall riding in the, maybe too much in the open, and getting picked down by Crater. Crater just spamming the right click, the right click at the Hazard.
Yeah, it works for him, I guess. They do get the kill there.
Yeah, and Tiffin first fight victory, where you saw last time Valpo took it and was able to hold it for so long. Let's see if Tiffin can recreate that and push this to a map, or to a section 3 of Ilios.
No one's super close to an ultimate, but Crater, maybe because he got that early pick and a bunch of those right clicks.
Yeah, I mean, right-clicking the tank, it's going to be so good. And I wouldn't be shocked if maybe mid-fight you see a junk tire, just the pure spam. Oh, I hit somebody here, I conked somebody there. You're probably going to see, and again, Crater, just, I don't know where that was, but and the Vortex King flanking Junkrat onto the Emre. Goes down, but I think his job has been done. Tiffin is now still up 1. I think at least, as long as no one goes down. Oh no, he should have spun him off the map.
Yeah, another key benefit of Hazard is he can wall climb and just basically do whatever he wants.
Oh, Crater goes down though. I think they should have punished that Lucio. The Lucio was on the edge alone. But it looks like Tiffin's just getting kind of surrounded, but they're still holding the point. They're still being able to at least get to maybe 62% before the fight changes, but...
Yeah, that was kind of just a stall to get some more charge. That was a good surround by Valpo. Not really,
yeah,
not really letting Tiffin
I saw that Lucio, when we saw the Hazard almost get moved off the map, you saw that Lucio on the left side, on just kind of poking around. So I kind of hoped that Tiffin would have gone on that, but it looks like you're about to see a big ult engagement. We see ults out of both teams. Ooh, good wall. Never mind. Oh! Vortex King with the classic tire, but Valpo might be able to scrape it as they have their tank. And very much so, one of the most important characters you can have alive.
Yeah, it just allows them to just get super aggressive just with the massive HP pool, and especially because it's Hazard, the insane
'Cause
damage.
it's Hazard.
And his wall, just one of his best ability, if not the best ability.
It kind of, I think what Tiffin was trying to go for was maybe a Orisa Terra Surge to pull people into the tire. But it doesn't look like it's going to come out. But Tiffin with the rush, mirrored by Valpo. Deadeye and ultimates galore, and Tiffin with the first kill.
Great Deadeye out of Crater is able to get the silver bullet into the headshot.
It's so scrappy, but I think those kills from Crater commits the Dragon Blade, has lifesteal, but yeah, just the shutdown by that Orisa Spin Spear, making sure nothing can happen. And that's a pretty big ult exchange. You saw 3 come out from Valpo, and you only saw 2 on the side of Tiffin.
Yeah, the whole fight was just a big back and forth. The Vortex is going to get punished for being up in the air.
We know as his supports, he loves doing that. I mean, they are committing. I don't think they should have really committed, because coming back in, they could have used both of those ultimates. You're holding the point, but you're eventually going to lose it after losing those two picks. You might have been able to snowball it as you forced a beat before you use those ultimates.
Yeah, that's a very interesting decision, but here comes Vortex. He's getting
Vortex
his
King
revenge.
is always the back and forth of he gets killed first, but then suddenly he gets the first kill next fight.
He likes keeping us on our toes. We
Yeah,
gotta keep guessing.
as his supports, yeah. And again, it's very scrappy. Yeah, Tiffin looks like they're able to, again, Crater just being absolutely just a big difference maker. But, oh, it's so back and forth. There's no clear winner right now. But it might just be Valpo taking it?
Possibly. I'm not sure at this point.
Yeah, this is so back and forth. The spars coming, I think, on the side of Tiffin. I don't know who's going to win this. It's so back and forth. Tiffin has to hold this.
Crater on the Tracer for the touch.
Chasing Lucy. He doesn't have the perks yet. Forces the recall early. Yeah, I think Valco might be able to scrap this through. Suzu comes out. The picks, yeah, outside of Valpo, it looks like they're going to take it. And the first map goes to Valpo, it looks like. Unless, no, Suzu. Yeah, first map goes to Valpo. Very close. I think, again, a little bit of an ult misplay out of the side of Tiffin. Potentially forcing those 2 ultimates that should have been used more on the retake, especially that orbital ray on the side of the Juno, but very back and forth. Crater again killing 1, 2, maybe even 3 people off rip, just being a huge playmaker for Tiffin, as he usually is.
Yeah, it's always Craterable. That was very fun to watch.
Yeah.
Back and forth there at the end.
I mean, he's our Team 2 GLEC All-Star for a reason.
Second team, something. I don't know the full title anymore.
I don't know, but hey, he earned it, and just that one performance alone shows why.
Yeah, we'll see where we get to head to next. I believe Tiffin chooses.
Yes, the loser of the map chooses, but then the winner chooses the side.
Gotcha.
However, there are types of maps where that doesn't matter. You have like control, you have maybe push, a flashpoint where it doesn't really matter which side you're on, maybe like a slight advantage, but the only advantage you get is if you choose payload or if you choose hybrid.
Yeah, the starting defense on those is, I would say, better.
There's a benefit
defense
on both sides, because if you're on attack, you full cap the map, you just need to hold the point on defense, and that's perfect. You do the same thing with back. If you full hold on defense, you should need to cap maybe a quarter of the map on hybrid and maybe a little bit of the payload on payload map. And so there's benefits of both sides. It's all about the momentum. And from the first map, no team has like the clear snowball, clear momentum, just like we saw on the XXQ and the CSU map, where clearly it was Cleveland State in the driver's seat, being able to control each of the maps. You see a lot more back-to-back brawl. First team, this team wins the first fight this map. The second team wins it this time. So we are looking at a really good potential game.
Yeah, very good back and forth. I would hope to see here.
I mean, we all love the back and forth. We do, again, a little bit of bias. We kind of wanted to see at the end of the day a Tiffin victory. So we are a little saddened to go down 0-1, but with it being so close and being very like, hey, maybe a few small mistakes that maybe have lost the map, but we can come back stronger.
Yeah, nothing too major.
No,
I didn't see anything.
nothing lost.
Too major.
I mean, I also kind of want to see maybe a hazard ban. See what
Yeah.
force Valpo to try to play a different style, a different game. They might just go onto the Diva, which fills that gap in that style a little bit better than Hazard, but not everyone can play Diva, even though she's an annoying character. Tiffin bans another good ban. Emra was getting a lot of good value. The nade spam, the chip, the override protocol, very strong. No big surprises. I know that Tiffin doesn't typically play a whole lot of Emre to my memory. I have not watched many of their
Crater
games.
has been picking him up, but I don't think I've seen anything too set in stone on
clearly from that first
comps.
map where Emre is enabled, one team plays him, Crater goes to the Cassidy. He still plays incredibly on that Cassidy, getting the silver bullet onto different targets, getting, again, the 1-2 kills right off the gate. Unfortunately, not able to win the fight because it was super scrappy, but still just that pick potential and very good mechanical skill out of Crater.
Yeah, and also we are heading to probably your favorite map.
I mean, it's the classic.
Kings Row.
Hey, last map we had it. This map we're going to get it. Again, very lineal, very choke heavy. I'm not going to lie, dive can kind of suck, not be very fun in my opinion. No one can, if people say they don't like Reinhardt, I can disagree with them.
Of course you will, but it looks like Valpo's electing to start the attack side.
That's exactly what happened last map, where the loser side picked Kings Row, and the winning side chose attack. So it comes to, again, where it looks like Valpo wants to try to swing the momentum into their favor. If they can quickly cap, if they can quickly go down to the second point. So Tiffin needs to put up a very strong defense. It wouldn't surprise me if we see probably the Ramatra style or the Orisa. Valpo bans Zarya. So yeah, we do see a Emre and Zarya ban. So it looks like they want to. Valpo is trying to target that very linear style, but again, the Ramatra being very strong, Orisa being very strong, also that you can't pass me. It felt like maybe it was a little over-aggression out of Spoopy Goopy that caught him sometimes from the wall. So I'm kind of worried if Valpo brings out the Mei.
That could be a pick here. Definitely a stronger character on Kings Row.
Yes, very choke-heavy
map. Other maps. But let's take a look here in 0.0 seconds on what we're
There's
thinking.
the Ramatra. And we are going to run the Curie Juno again. Again, we have the short burst and the short burst of speed and the torpedoes being very strong, but I kind of like the more consistent and on-demand speed of the Lucio. But Lucio, a very high mechanically demanding character, very hard to just pick up and be very good at.
Yeah, a lot of decision making with that character.
Oh yeah.
When to peel and all that. Lucio kind of picks up that role of the off tank, the peeler of the group.
Yeah, the more enableability and the peeling. I find the Reaper very interesting, just wanting to blow up this tank out of the blow up the Ramatra, and again the Hazard comes out. So if the Hazard puts the wall behind Spoopy Goopy, it might just be an immediate death.
We'll see how he chooses to use that wall. Already trying to take this high ground.
Yeah, this high ground is so strong. Like, no one can really challenge him. But this is what I kind of like to see. Like, okay, the Ramatra or the Hazard goes behind us. Sure, let's go on their back line. But a little bit of an isolation. Well, not really able to get the kill. So it's an okay idea and plan. But unfortunately, Valpo kind of sees it and goes, okay, let's just blow up their back line.
Yeah. Very punishable there, especially with that lack of constant speed. You're just kind of hoping you got the back foot. You're hoping got speed ring out.
Yeah, but what's good though is because Tiffin kind of died like all at once, they're able to come back at the second point. No one got third point stacker spawn. They can hold, by the looks of it, they're going to hold Bookstore, and you see, and there's the Diva swap. I think the Hazard might have been a little bit better, but Oh, and the good old trap on the tank.
Gotta love the Junkrat trap.
Yeah, I love this. And you see Tiffin immediately take this space. They want to play this arch. They don't want to give any potential space to Valpo. And it's such a good position. They just need to make sure they don't get logged by this Hanzo.
Yeah, he's already taking this high ground.
Okay.
Vortex King
Never mind.
immediately recognizes it and decides
Shut him down.
not today.
I can't imagine how many times a jump scare has happened. And the Nitro. Ooh. What a cleanse. And able to live.
Honestly, a little out of full range for that.
A little out of full range,
insta-kill.
but is that worth a Junkrat tire for a Curie cleanse? It's actually early fight. That's kind of.
If they capitalized on it, it looks like they're just kind of backing up and letting Valpo surround them again. At least the Reaper.
Ooh, good disengage. Really, really good disengage from that Kitsune rush. Please, yeah, get the Diva back. That's such good play out of Tiffin. Recognizing that Kitsune rush comes out, you're going to speed ring away. You kill the overextending Diva, and you're able to walk back up with the Nemesis form. You just need to make sure no one dies again to this Hanzo, to the Reaper. It's 1 health, not able to pick, and you do see the Ramatra mirror on the side of Valpo. So you have a small time where Tiffin has a Ramatra advantage with the perks, but not much will really happen, I don't think.
Valpo's coming up on. Well, they have their Hanzo on. They're coming up on the Reaper ult for both DPS. It looks like he's going to try to use this really soon.
There's the Hanzo ult you were talking about. The Rom ult comes out, double DPS, lots of trades. I don't think Raven committed the Kitsune rush. This is so scrappy. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like Valpo will get it in the end, but a lot of ults. It was a 2-for-2 trade. Ooh, a pause.
Big technical pause. Here we go.
I'm not sure what we have. It looks like people are looking around. Might be on the side of Tiffin, maybe? Yeah, it looks like maybe Spoopy Goopy having a problem. I'm not really sure. But anyway, but on the side of the ultimate economy, it was a 2-for-2 trade. You traded a Rush and an Annihilation for, I believe it was a double DPS, a Dragon Strike, and a Death Blossom.
Yep.
I kind of want to see Tiffin walk up with a Junkrat tire. They have the tire, Super Tiger or Vortex King, as can be sort of touch and go with the tires. As we played with him, he can be touch and go, but he's hit amazing tires. I mean, he had a 2K tire in the last map. Let's try to do that again.
Yeah, let's try to see that again. I don't know how long this pause is going to be. I don't know probably some technicality.
Probably wouldn't shock me. Mouse issue. We all hate the mouse issues.
Classic.
Yeah. Well, it happens. Nothing can run perfectly. Unfortunately, things happen. Even in pro, they had an hour tech pause in the pro Valorant scene just this past week, if I'm not mistaken. That was a long pause. Let's try not to have that in here.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here for a whole hour.
The knock on wood. But no, I'm excited to see, because again, it's very back and forth. There's no clear, this person has the advantage. It looks like, Valpo overextends, Tiffin backs off, then re-engages and gets the fight win. Next fight, it's the same thing back over, where Spoopy Goopy goes aggressive with Annihilation, and then the DPS of Valpo recognize that and then go on their backline, or Tiffin's backline with their ultimates.
Yeah.
It's very back and forth. There's no clear one-team advantage.
Yeah, this is already shaping up to be a good series to watch.
Series.
Always fun watching the back and forth.
Yeah. You do see, I think Valpo has a small advantage because I think they're up support ultimates. At least the Lucio beat, I think it was, who can negate at least maybe the tire if he hits it properly. Or you saw last time the Souza came out to protect the Kiriko. So there are threats of Valpo's ults to the DPS ults of Crater and Vortex King.
Yeah. We will see when we get back in, whenever the tech decides to do its job.
Yeah, but I think we might go to a small break until we are back, because there's not much we can really talk about until we can keep talking about anything. But
yep, we can.
Oh, they're ready?
They're ready.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
We just had to talk about it.
Yeah.
The caster curse works both ways.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, we definitely see this. This is going to be rough. I don't think Tiffin may be able to touch, or if it will, they're going to burn a lot of cooldowns doing it. Vortex King already setting up for an early tire. I would like them to do it so early, please. Yep. Oh.
Beat coming out from Valpo.
A aggro beat. Okay, there's that tire and the Ramatra overextending. And Tiffin University, as I was just saying, like, it's no team clear advantage. They're able to come back. They did have to use both DPS ults, but that early sound barrier, I think, was a little ambitious on the side of Valpo, wanting to put the nail in the coffin before the fight even started. But really nice tire pick, really nice Deadeye to force them back. And it's another neutral fight, but you will see, I want them to use this orbital ray. Tiffin, I want you to see use the orbital ray.
Valpo's gonna...
There it is.
Orbital ray coming out from AJ.
They might kill the Reaper. The Reaper's a little bit overextending. Ooh, the Suzu comes out. Does go down. Really good play out of Tiffin, realizing that, hey, ooh, the Rush, though, comes out. And the Annihilation. Good repose on the side of Valpo. I think they may live. It's such close. Yeah. Ooh, it's so back and forth.
It was a good pick from the Hanzo, and now he has this high ground.
Yeah, this high ground is so strong. And the Dragon Strike. Wow, I can't even talk right now. Rush coming out from the side of Tiffin, trying to come back in. And the tank goes down, but Hanzo weak. This is so back and forth. Pick for pick for pick, but I think because Valpo has their tank.
Going to pick up the win here.
That's so scrappy. There's the TP.
I will say Dragon, he did swap off the Hanzo, but Dragon for Kasune is
I mean, you're just denying that
good
space.
space denial. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Just like, oh, you want to walk down this corridor, whatever you want to call it? No, you're not allowed to.
Yeah. Not really a good ult. I mean, you have obviously had the grab Dragon days, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it still exists if Zarya's in the game.
It still does, but
Yeah.
the ability to just deny space is its main purpose.
Oh, yeah. The Death Blossom comes out, no kill, and the tower coming out, and there it is. Another really good back and forth fight. I can't say it enough that it just looks like N3K out of the side of Vortex. It's so scrappy, but it's like one team wins one fight, the other team wins the next. So, all right, Tiffin won that fight. All right, I think it's going to be Valpo next.
So what, we betting on stuff
No,
now?
I'm not betting on things yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
But I am interested in the fact that we have Blossom. So, ooh, early kill, Reaper gets out, and right again, so back and forth.
Yeah. Good
I kind of want to see the Ramatra. Okay, use Annihilation. Yep, the Annihilation comes out, but it looks like the rush down from Valpo is a little bit better.
Yeah, that combination of the beat plus Annihilation was just a great engage, and Tiffin was a little slow on getting there.
Yeah,
what they wanted to do to counter that.
The rush does come out from the side of Valpo, but that might have just been enough. It does. And Valpo caps with 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining, so they have over a minute at least. In the event that Tiffin caps with less time, Valpo will be playing for a win, and Tiffin will be playing for a draw, but we have to see how does Tiffin respond. Again, such back and forth fighting, and it does look like if I took that bet, I would have won.
Oh, we have a scoreboard.
Yeah, the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
We see a lot of just healing from the side of Meppo here with 9k healing. Very, like, I think that might have been the Kiriko, I think it was. And again, Kiri just got buffed up with her healing, which I don't think she needed. No.
Definitely a Blizzard idea.
Definitely Blizzard. But, like, again, you just see, like, Tiffin's strategy of let's blow somebody up. But even then, like, it's so back and forth. So many more eliminations on the side of Valpo. But you wouldn't have noticed that if you were watching from how...
Yeah, the gameplay, it's definitely back and forth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
I think I say it like every
honestly
minute, but
not... The scoreboard just doesn't...
reflect.
Yeah, just like the normal game. The
Yeah.
scoreboard doesn't actually reflect the
Yeah.
entire what is happening in the game.
Oh, yeah. Easily. And, like, you do see basically the same comps. You do see the Orisa coming up side of Tiffin. the Sojourn from Crater going away from the Cassidy, which I think is a little bit of a better pick because the Sojourn ult can just absolutely dominate a map. Or fight.
See how each team wants to play this. Valpo's sticking with that Kiri Lucio, so they're going to have more
Very strong
chances
support style.
to engage here. Especially with that early pick on the Vortex.
Yeah, Vortex team wants to play in that small room, but so does the Reaper. But I think the Reaper is a little bit better in that spot with the lifesteal. But again, Crater gets a kill. Not sure how that happens. Can they choose this Reaper? I don't think they can, but it forces them out.
Yeah, I believe Valpo still has the advantage here, and with the even trades.
They really want to force this Reaper out. They want to dominate this small room for their Junkrat, but gets punished again. Unfortunately, I don't think they should force that small room. I think they should corral them into the back arch to then force the Junkrat spam into them through the hotel. Don't go into the hotel, but you force it through the hotel.
Reaper fade already out, so maybe
Yeah.
Tiffin recognizes this as a
There
time
it is.
to go in.
This is exactly what I was just saying. I want them to see them like kind of corral them into this back room, but the Orisa taking so much damage from this soldier.
Yeah, I think it's like the difference between Juno and Lucio here. Tiffin kind of has to choose when to go in.
Yeah.
They don't have that speed boost on standby.
No, again, it feels like Valpo is able to aggress and then repose so much more effective. Rush, rush for rush. Very, very aggressive Terra Surge. Gets punished, unfortunately. Punish on the punish, but I think because, again, the Tiffin tank goes down, they won't be able to engage. And Super Tiger in this one spot,
He loves this hotel.
they love the hotel, but I think it gets getting a little bit too much punishment onto that one hotel. They realize, hey, that junk wants that hotel. Let's punish that.
Yeah.
And it seems to be their main idea. Bait for overclock, no shocker, does get rushed down, not able to keep him alive. Really good beat on the side of Valpo, and it looks like the momentum is on the side of Valpo right now.
Very much so. They are definitely in control of knowing when to go in and when to get out.
I think this Reaper pick is very smart on the, again, the aspect that you can, like, go super aggressive, force cooldowns out from Orisa, from Cassidy, from anyone.
Ooh, tire going down.
Yeah, that's an early tire. That's kind of Tiffin's weakness unless they can orbital ray and live. But I think the damage is just too much. I say that. Vortex King!
Picking up two,
Finally-
Creator finding the third.
Yeah, finally really getting a lot of good value out of this hotel room, but man, right click.
He's getting run down by the mantra.
Wants to kill this Lucio, does with the flashbang. It does look like Tiffin might be able to finally take it unless he commits the annihilation. No, he goes down. That might just be Tiffin breaking it open.
Yeah, that was just some nice early picks out of Vortex King and Crater there that opened it up so the Reaper from Valpo didn't have that chance to do what he's been doing, which was very effective.
That's the double-edged sword. Like you saw the Junkrat die 2 or 3 times from going onto that same route, but finally it works out of the side of Tiffin, and it works really, really effectively.
Atlas doing what he does best, just appearing in the back line and then taking out one and getting out.
Very, I mean, blow up the Ramatra with this orbital ray, blow him. Terra Surge. A lot of damage, but no really confirms. Really wanting to kill this Ramatra. It's so scrappy. It's so back and forth. There's no clear advantage right now, but I think Tiffin, with their closer spawns, might just barely. Yeah, Valpo backs off smartly, but I don't think Tiffin all too happy about that. They had to use 3 ults to the 2 from the side of Valpo. So Valpo has a clear
Valpo
advantage.
definitely won that fight in terms of the ult usage, and
I
now they're
mean,
in a better spot to
I was just
rush
saying, they
back
have
in.
the rush advantage, and rush can solo win a fight, just as we see. Very, very, very close.
Vortex going down. Soldier, Crater able to trade it out.
Another, but there's the annihilation. No shields to deny the damage, so it can continue trapped so they can't chase. But I think Tiffin will be forced just to back off and recoup their losses, even though we saw 2 kills come out from the side of Crater.
Yeah, Valpo very good at punishing any form of slight out of position. You're out of position.
Oh boy.
Here comes the tire.
Oh, the Wraith form from the tire. He has a chance. Vortex King can't win that. He has no Wraith. Ooh, the Death Blossom though the beat comes out from the side of Valpo, and the visor.
Very good beat.
Yeah, just to sustain himself.
Cool Stuff. What a name.
NH Cool Stuff.
NH Cool Stuff.
I mean, that's very, like, he has nothing that he really wants to beat defensively. No Dragon Blade, maybe no Visor, no Emery ult. Like, so he can allow himself to go for the aggro beats, go for the beat engages, which is typically not really all that good, but because they won the fight so cleanly, they were able to build up the Kasuna Rush. I wouldn't surprise me if they walk up and they rush immediately.
Yeah, Valpo having that other support ult is going to be very good for them. Probably going to use it here relatively soon.
No, I think they're going to wait because it's last fight. It's 25 seconds remaining. Ooh, they waited too long. There it is, but that could be too long of a wait. Yep, there's another kill from Crater. I think, yeah, they just waited that tad second too long. Even though it was last fight, I think Tiffin might take it with that kill on the Vortex King.
And it's still alive here. Tiffin's going.
There's the reset. Yeah, I don't think Tiffin won that all too cleanly because that tank lived so long. Yeah, he has so many armor resets, and Tiffin does look like they're about to go down.
With some great patience out of Valpo's tank there, especially he knew he had the ult.
Yeah, he had the ult.
So he was able to just walk in.
I mean, they went for the rush, and the Ramattra just pops his Nemesis form, walks super aggressively into Tiffin's backline, kills Vortex King, kills another, and then has another form to pop. And yeah, it's right here. This is the final fight. He could pop that form again to get more armor, and just chip everyone down. And Valpo has the spawn advantage just to come back and be able to reinforce himself so much faster than Tiffin can, unfortunately. And it looks like that tank idea of the Ramattra is very well rehearsed on the side of Valpo.
Yeah, it was great to see. Very, like this whole series has been very back and forth.
Very. Oh, yeah. Like, again, you see one team win one fight, the next team wins the next, and it's so back and forth. But it looks like Valpo maybe won 2 fights in a row compared to Tiffin winning only 1 fight in a row. So it's just the small edges,
consistencies.
Small consistencies, maybe not getting picked off a little too early or using an ult with an ult. So it looks like Tiffin was just using one ult and then to another ult, into another ult, instead of Valpo was doing beat visor, annihilation, rush, just doing that kind of style.
Yeah, they had the combos down. It was very well planned out.
Yeah.
But I believe we're going to take a small break here.
Small break before we go on to the third and hopefully not final map, as we want to see a Tiffin victory, but
slight bias.
Slight bias.
There should just be a little bias, you know, like
little bias counter right here.
Anyways, yeah, there's the
bias. There's the reasoning of why, but
sorry in advance. But yeah, we will go on to a small break here, so stay tuned for the continuation of Tiffin versus Valpo.
Yes. Welcome back. Back. We have a map 3 on Saravasa. We have Tiffin going to Flashpoint. And let's talk about the bans. The bans are very kind of exposing
targeted.
On this map. Kind of targeted because you see the Vortex King loving his Junkrat.
Banned.
It's been banned by Valpo. He loves his Junkrat. He played it on Ilios each section, played it on King's Row each section. So it's a very good ban Valpo wants to close this out. But you see the side of Tiffin goes for the Lucio ban. As I was talking about the last map, it's the consistent speed. It's the very strong get out character. So you might force Valpo to have to stick in and full on engage compared to in, then out, then in, then out.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting map, and especially from what I'm seeing so far, some good switch up on these comps. Let's see how the Wu Yang gets you know,
so
thrown into this comp.
So the Valpo side is going for burst. They're going for the Curie pick, the Vendetta sword slashes in and out with the Zarya bubble. Tiffin is this rush. They want to get onto probably the Zarya with the Reaper, with the Cassidy, with the Zarya of their own, with the speed boost advantage. So this is the side that finally Tiffin has the speed advantage. Can they use it effectively enough to get on the backline, the opposing tank? So really, you need to see what is Tiffin like set up to do.
And just like we were talking about earlier, the recently nerfed Vendetta Zarya combo, we get to finally see how it
absolutely.
looks.
And like you see like the old like Zarya Reaper saw compared to the quote the newer-ish Zarya Vendetta. I think the Zarya Vendetta like demands more respect. And like you see Valpo immediately, and there it is. The rush right onto the opposing Zarya, picking them off, and Tiffin has an advantage. Let's see how long Valpo, though, can hold this point for, because they want to get the percentage up and up and up and up.
Yeah, some good little stalls there at the end, especially in Flashpoint. The timer, it takes up very quick.
Oh,
they're already
very,
at
very
32%.
I mean, they can't, if Control is 3 segments of first to 100, and Atlas and any Flashpoint is typically the first to 300, but can go to 5, they need to go quick.
This is a very fast-paced mode, and Tiffin with having that speed boost, we'll see if they can use it properly.
Yeah, I mean, you see the Zarya bubble go onto the Vendetta, you see them push him back, but double bubble use from the side of Valpo's Zarya, so Tiffin giving the caps, it's a little bit scary, but you do see Raven, big advantage from the Casino Rush. If they wait a few seconds, then re-engage with Casino Rush, like, now. Like, I mean, they're not.
Choice.
I mean, they get the kill though, so they may be able to hold it, but I think they're waiting a little too long. Okay, there's a... Oh, great bubble! Good bubble from Spoopy onto Crater to keep him alive. And Tiffin keeps it. But they're kind of at a rush neutrality now, but they have a double support compared to single support.
You can see Valpo getting rid of the Wu Yang for
the Mizuki. I mean, I don't think Mizuki is going to do very much here because he has the chain to like maybe negate the Reaper a little bit more, but like if he's getting a Zarya bubbles, getting the healing, great Graviton Surge, just trying to close out the fight before it even happens. This is such a smart idea from the side of Tiffin, not letting Valpo set up. This is exactly what we wanted to see out of them.
Rush Grav combo, very deadly.
Save the rush, but they got the Vendetta ult out. Yep. They got the Vendetta ult out, so you have no combo with the Graviton Surge, but you do see a Blade Rush potentially out of the side of Valpo, so I kind of want to see Tiffin set up for early Death Blossom.
Yeah, Blade Rush, and if need be, they have the Grav as well, so...
The Venture from the... Instead of the Vendetta, so you're losing the burst, I'd say. Oh, never mind. Onto the Reaper. So they're mirroring the Reaper. They feel like the Reaper might be getting a little bit more. And early orbital ray. So this is what I wanted really to see is Tiffin going first. But I kind of wanted to see them use the Blossom instead. Defensive Blossom. It can work, and you have a very high charge Zarya if you can keep him alive. But no, it looks like Valpo might be able to clinch this, but it will be scrappy.
Yeah, and unfortunately Tiffin never capped there, so no percentages on either side right now, but Valpo is going to easily walk up and take this with Tiffin being down so many people.
Yeah, that, as you said, like no one had the cap, so it's not very good. I kind of want to see the TP out just to survive. Yep, there it is. And I kind of want to see it reversed, where they used Blossom offensively and maybe Orbital defensively, because you can at least live with the healing for everybody a little bit longer.
It depends with the Orbital being a moving ult. As soon as it's out from the Grav, you get no.
It's a no-win. I think this has to be a fast disengagement. The Deadeye to get out, but ooh, goes down. Not able to keep him alive. And no trade comes on the side of Genji. So it looks like Valpo will be able to take this. It now comes to the question of how long will Tiffin stagger more? Yeah, okay, they're finally getting out, but I don't think they're going to be able to really contest until, yeah, they won't be able to really get a clean fight
Now
here.
we're talking.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't even know if they go for it. That's
I don't think
definitely going to be a
I
scrappy
think
fight if they do.
They go for it to get ultimates out because you see a grab, you see Blade, like it's been only Blade for a while, but like I kind of want to see them to do something to try to force ultimates. Our own grab comes out, but we can't touch, so that's a little bit of a odd investment from the side of Tiffin because Valpo can go, okay, use your grab. We've won the fight already.
Yeah, that was definitely a play call.
I think it was like with the desperation of, okay, I can touch. Wait, no, I can't. Maybe. Because we can't hear the comms. We don't really know what's going on. But I think now Valpo has such a big advantage. Like, the rush is going to come out from the side of Tiffin. But I think they're going to be able to live with the Mizuki ult. Unless this kill comes onto the Kirito. But no, it does not.
Good Suzu to stay alive.
Self-Suzu, though. But yeah, there it is. Yeah, Valpo winning with a singular ultimate, I think. Yep. So yeah, I just think Valpo has too big of an ultimate advantage from that previous fight.
Yeah, the ults that Tiffin invested there at the end, especially just the grab, it was not good. And then all Valpo had to do, like you said, was just grab to win that fight.
Yeah, and now again they've had Blade for this entire like 3 minutes, and like Tiffin doesn't really have anything. There's the early rush, but your Zarya is so weak, and your Reaper goes down. That's your main source of damage, it feels like. And
Valpo has not had to commit anything to this fight yet. There's the
There's
blade.
the blade to like put the nail in the coffin, and yeah, it looks like that will just be it. And again, everything after this will just be like stagger kills. Yeah, they're gonna not. They want to stagger this Kiriko. Singular tank, I guess, but yeah, that's a good
As soon as
stagger.
you get damage, you get the stagger kill.
I mean, I would have preferred him instead of shooting the wall, maybe get more ult charge, but that's dangerous.
They do find the Vortex King hiding in
Yeah.
the corner.
He does get out with a Shadow Step and Wraith, but like that's where they probably needed to touch the point because
It's got a touch here. The timer will go up quickly.
there's the Mizuki ult.
And the Kiri rush.
Oh, so even we use 2 ultimates into another losing fight, but we do get 3 from Valpo, so it's not too disappointing. But you're about to see a Graviton Surge again from the side of Valpo, and they seem to be able to win it every single time with just that one Graviton Surge. And you do see the Vortex team going onto the Venture.
I do believe, even though we technically got more ults out, I do believe that was a big win for Valpo. Not only did they get the point, but it was very quickly, so Tiffin wasn't able to charge up much of their other ults as well.
Good engagement, but all of CD's used and does live. Deadeye from the off angle, not really able to do anything. Just zones them away. Flashpoint unlocks. Graviton Surge, grab for grab, but one person goes down. I think with their Cassie on low ground, I think you fall back the point there and you don't force the aggression because your Cassidy is not there. You just have your Venture, which sure the splash damage is really good, the dash, but into a Reaper. A Reaper at close range.
Yeah, the split push wasn't a terrible idea, but as soon as both grabs came out, it kind of was just like, all right, we're fighting in this room now.
Yeah, it forces the issue. Like, ooh, double Zarya, yeah.
That is a lot of frontline damage from a good charge Zarya and the Reaper.
Yeah, that's just a lot of unmitigated damage that can't really be done.
Valpo able to punish any positioning mistakes out of Tiffin University.
Yeah, and you're about to see, like, again, like, you see the damage from the Zarya. Zarya's already half to another grab from the Surge. Like, and I don't think Tiffin will be expecting this. They can probably get another grab halfway through this next fight. Dragon Blade gets punished, but gets traded out for, yeah, I think Tiffin might be doing down, and they need to reset quick because this is last fight, as you said. Flashpoint ticks so quick, they using the rush, trying to go for a hero play maybe, but I think at the end of the day, it might bite them as I don't think anyone can touch anymore. Nope.
No touch out of the Tiffin. The Reaper's on a 20 player kill streak. You saw that at the top of the screen there.
It was a very back and forth, but I feel like Valpo just got into their stride of like what they want to do. It felt like.
Yeah, especially after that, what was it, third point with the aggressive grab. Tiffin trying to get the touch there, but possibly mistimed the insanely fast timer.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like sometimes there was a little bit of a, oh, I want to win this fight, but the fight at the end of the day may have not really mattered as much. And again, Valpo was very willing to, hey, sure, win that fight. We'll win the next with our graph now.
Yeah, Valpo, very, very good decision making on which fights they knew were won, knew were lost, when to go in, when to go out.
Yeah,
Great
especially
showing.
the when to go in, when to go out. I felt like the entire series, especially the King's Row and that flashpoint map of Sierra-Vasa, they didn't have the speed, but they didn't seem to need it. They seemed to be very knowledgeable on, here's our win condition, and here's how we're going to help our win condition. And I felt like it was the Zarya into the Reaper. It was the Zarya with the Genji, maybe. So even though, like, oh, they're playing, and I felt like they are adapting to Tiffin because they started on the Vendetta. And they're like, hey, the Reaper on the side of Tiffin is getting a lot of good value. Let's mirror that and do what they're doing, and let's see what Tiffin does. And Tiffin, unfortunately, makes the adaptation, but until it was too late.
Yeah, and as you saw previously, the graphic there for the rest of the tournament that puts Valpo up to the next round.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure who they're going to be playing up against.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any updates on the
aware.
other end. We don't.
I'm not aware.
So
no, we are not.
the broadcast will surely update whenever
Surely,
we get that info.
But it will be Tiffin going down to the lower bracket now.
Yeah, that was a good showing. 3-0, 3-0.
3-0, but at least close 3-0. It wasn't like the first match we saw where it was clear dominance out of one side. It was a little bit here and there, a little bit pushing, a little bit like prodding, where you see like Tiffin could get this one and then this one, but Valpo having the clear idea, clear thought process. And I think at the end of the day, you may not play meta, but if you're playing to your thought process and what you want to do to win, you are better. We're not pros. Like,
yeah.
like we're not going to be that
We're
1%.
insanely biased casters, all right? But
Yes.
with that aside, great showing from Valpo.
Great showing.
I'm excited to see where both teams go from here.
Absolutely.
And, I believe that's it from us. Probably another break at this point.
Yes, sir.
And then we will be back with the next Overwatch game. I won't be back. I don't know about you.
I'm not sure. We'll see what Tiffin's doing.
We'll see. The stream will be back with whatever game is next. Thank you for joining the Tiffin University versus Valparaiso, I think is the official.
I'm not sure, but thank you for joining us for the 2026 GLEC
Finals, right?
quarterfinals. I think it's
Quarterfinals
quarter
for
or
this
semi.
one.
Yeah, quarterfinals for this 2026 GLEC season.
Yep, we'll be back.